Good morning. My name is Father Rayappa. I've been giving series of talks on the celebration of the season of creation. During the season of creation, from September the 1st through October 4th, Christians across denominations and around the world are invited to pray and care for creation. September 1st was first proclaimed as a World Day of Prayer for Creation by Ecumenical Patriarch Demetrios I for the Orthodox community in 1989 and embraced by other European churches in 2001. Pope Francis declared it a day of prayer for creation for the Catholic Church in 2015. As part of this season of creation, Christians are encouraged to organize prayer services that incorporate a symbolic action that highlight the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor. Join us in this powerful witness of Christian unity for our planet. New to this year's celebration, Christian communities will be engaging in symbolic actions in front of coal mines, fracking wells, and other sites of ecological destruction, as well as in houses of worship to demonstrate how Christians are coming together for creation. I'm going to quote some examples around the world after some time in this talk, but right now what you can do in India. There are so many places of ecological destruction. In India, the places abound, and from empty rivers to all the way to deforested land. There are a lot of places where you can conduct prayer services or prayer meetings behind this ecologically destroyed ecosystems. During this season of creation, we can show our symbolic actions in India by gathering around the places of ecological destruction, such as polluted rivers, lakes, and ponds. If I am from the Diocese of Vellore, our river in Vellore called Pala, it is completely polluted and there is no water, and the sand is being stolen by politicians and by rich people. So the Pala river can offer a backdrop where the Bishop of Vellore or Bishop of Chengalpet, all those dioceses are situated along the bank of Pala. And we can invite other denominations, Lutherans and Anglicans, even other religious groups like Hindus, Jains, Buddhists, and gather behind the Pala river and pray, and also send out a strong message to other people that these areas should be protected. So the target is polluted rivers, lakes, and ponds, and also deforested areas in India, slash and burn agricultural sites in India, farmland facing desertification in many areas in India, and stone and sand quarries in India, farmers affected by methane extraction. There's a big problem going on in India in the southern part of India, farmers are being ignored. The whole country is ignoring the farming. So, the methane extraction lands in South India, the dioceses which are situated in these areas can convene different groups for a prayer service, and these lands can provide a backdrop. Areas that are devastated by industry effluence, India filled with industries, those industries are producing products for other people, those who live far away to the foreign land. So nothing could be used by the poor people in India, whatever it is produced in those factories, like cars, like motorcycles, and micro ovens, etc., etc. The poor people, that is 85% of the people in India, can't even think of buying those products. Areas that are devastated by industry, that is Bihar and Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, all these places can offer a backdrop for our celebration of the season of creation. And landfills and dumping sites, there are so many stinking places of filth, and these places can provide a backdrop for the celebration of the season of creation as well. Places where poor people live, like slums and shanty towns, and where poor people live, and people can gather in these places and send a strong message that the poor are exploited. And industrial farms, poultry and livestock establishments, a lot of places where we do industrial farming, fertilizers, pesticides are being dumped in the industrial farms. And also poultry, the industrial cultivation of chickens and livestock, the beef, all these places where our creation and organisms are exploited and they are abused. So in these places people need to gather, and we need to celebrate the season of creation. And people can see clearly what is going on to our ecology and ecosystems and environment. Now I'm going to talk about few symbolic actions from around the world, and there are 4 examples I would like to give you. And the first one is from Assisi, that is the town of St. Francis of Assisi. The symbolic action in Assisi has already been done on September the 1st. Archbishop Monsignor Domenico Sorrentino, Bishop of Assisi, and Mario Cecobelli, the Bishop of Gubbio, and local clergy symbolically recreated St. Francis's dramatic gesture of publicly stripping himself by removing the dressing of a war horse and replacing it with simple garments. The horse will then be used in service on the annual pilgrimage from Assisi to Gubbio. The event symbolizes a divestment from harm and investment in simplicity and spiritual wholeness. The second symbolic action, already celebrated in Kentucky, America, behind the drop-off solar plant on September the 7th. It's over. You can watch it on YouTube. The Sisters of Charity of Nazareth already held a prayer service to celebrate the inauguration of a solar power plant for Eastern Kentucky Power Cooperative. The third symbolic action comes from Washington, D.C., United States of America. It's going to be enacted on the September the 12th. An interfaith coalition will hold an action across from the Senate office building in Washington, D.C., and will hold lobby visits with senators to encourage a moral response to climate change. This event is supported by Catholic Climate Covenant, National Religious Partnership for the Environment, and the Sisters of Mercy. And the fourth example will be the Symbolic Action in Swaziland, South Africa. It's going to be enacted on September the 16th and the September the 18th. The Anglican Church Diocese of Swaziland, South Africa, the Lutheran Church in Swaziland, and companies from the Episcopal Church in Iowa and Scotland will hold a symbolic action at the source of Mabane River. The Mabane River is a major river in Swaziland, feeding the country's capital city, and it has been choked by trash and invasive plants. A Eucharist service will be followed by a river cleanup on both days. The last one, the symbolic action in Caserta, Italy, is going to be enacted on the September the 21st. Italy's land of fires is renowned for the thousands of fires that break out each year due to illegal dumping on the land. At this action, parishes from across the diocese will bring soil from their wounded grounds, mix the soil in a bottle, and plant a bonsai tree. This action symbolizes a commitment to new beginnings. So again, I would like to invite all the bishops of India to come together and focus the ecosystems and the environment and the land, water, air, where the damage has been done. So these are the places where our bishops are required, and they have to come with other denominational factors and for a prayer service or a meeting. But all of us together, we are all integral, and bring all the fractions together and send out a strong message to the government officials. In Delhi, Archbishop of Delhi can lead a campaign in front of the Parliament building and talk about destroyed ecosystems, and talk about the desertification in India, talk about the green revolution farming, talk about the farmers, those who have been sidelined, ignored, and also they can talk about the poor people of India. That is 85%, a big bulk. So also the bishops of Calcutta and Ajmer, Bhopal, very important place. That is the big disaster happened in 1984, killing many lakhs of people. Maybe that Union Carbide factory can provide a backdrop of the celebration of the season of creation. In Chennai, the Kuvam River, the most polluted and most dangerous river, and Archbishop of Chennai and the bishops around Tamil Nadu, with their congregation, with the other Lutherans and Anglicans and Hindus and Jains, all of them can come together and celebrate along the course of Kuvam River. This is the actions we need to do during this season of creation. So think about it and find out the problems that exist in your environment, and use those environmental factors as backdrop of your celebration of the season of creation. So that is what it is required. So that is called the symbolic action. Have a nice day. Goodbye.